Today I went to go see my mentor, Sherard McQueen. He's a real estate agent, real estate developer, just, I don't know, a businessman, I guess. But yeah, I went to his house to go, just to go sit down, pick his brain for a little bit, and just, you know, see what kind of gems I'm able to pull from him today.
Sure, let's get it.
We need to talk. We need to go back to our previous conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you got me amped, and then I didn't hear back from you.
Oh man, these things happen.
We need to talk about this development.
That's why we're here now. Yeah.
So I told you, like, next year I want to do bigger projects, less work. I've been going back and forth with these people. It was like multiple or something, and then they ended up working with my offer. We agreed on something. Did an inspection.
Right.
Which I, did my whole due diligence. Needed a whole bunch of work, went back to the drawing board, renegotiated, then last minute, he pulls the vacant possession. He's like, nah, he doesn't want to deal with it. So the reason why I went to Sherard for some advice is because since the day I met him, he's always so willing to share information. So I always know, like, he's someone I can go to and just learn. I really wanted to go there to get some feedback pertaining to a deal that I'm looking into, but I also just wanted to see, what else I'd be able to pull from him today. So now it's like, now it could take like a 6 to 9 month project up to like 12 months, easy. And then I hear you in the back of my head.
That's a miracle. I don't know if you've moved lately. I was about to move, and it's a nightmare. Like, as much as I like to sell real estate, the movie I don't like to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like to eat, I don't want to cook. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So you want takeout, and takeout would have been, hey, you know what, give me vacant possession.
Exactly.
You know what, maybe you could order. But if you don't have that, it's not gonna be 3 months to get 9 people into a new home.
It's 4 months for the vacant possession for construction, and you already know that's not everyone's leaving. So then I gotta factor in the extra time and I wasn't ready to factor in that kind of time.
No, it'll take too long. Is he gonna let you talk to the tenants in advance?
No, he doesn't want to let me talk to them in advance because he doesn't want to take on the headaches of dealing with the tenant situation, with them feeling like, oh, they're gonna be kicked out, they're not gonna pay rent and that kind of stuff. So basically, he dropped the price. He came down on price a little bit more. So he'll give me a cash back if I want it.
Here, the question: if you're okay, taking that 6 month timeline, that 3 month timeline to 6, 7 months, then fine.
And then if we're looking at like a year timeline, we're basically talking development.
Well, you could have done something else, yeah.
Exactly. If, like we were talking about with trying to find some land, get it serviced, you can do something.
Oh, it's 14 months.
Exactly, a little over 14 months, like you said. That's a little over a year. I might as well just go do that.
You might as well do it. And that's what I think you should do. Is like, look for some land, and there's 3 parts to the development process, right? It's finding the land, and then site plan approval, and then building the land, right? So there's 3 parts. The first part is you can find a good deal. I saw some land today on Aurelia, 27 acres for like 500,000 waterfront on the canal. These are things, I paid the agent, we're just waiting to hear back from him. I'm very excited, but again, I said it's 3 steps. Finding land, which is important, because it's where you're gonna get the land, and it's what type of buyer you're gonna have ultimately, and if you wanna do a site, what that's gonna look like. Then it's getting the property zoned. So you don't have to build it just because you've got it zoned, but it's ready for a builder to come in and build it. Right, so that's good. And then phase 3 would be building it, and then you assess at that time, hey, do we actually wanna build this? Or are we okay just getting it site plan and zoned, and then let someone else build it? We're gonna sell it at that time. What I would say is, whatever your land you're looking at, make sure it's right size for you. Maybe it's 10 houses or 10 townhomes or something.
Okay.
So don't put yourself in a league where now you're gonna do 50 units because now you're at the market's mercy. You pretty much have to sell because it's your first big project. Are you trying to build 55 units your first time out? No. But if you did 10 or 12 or 15, sure. These are the stepping stones that you have to take. even if you decide, like one of my good friends, Isaac from Dreammaker, he did his first project, and then he kept back 20 or 30% of units. So it was for him is almost a rental play in there as well. So he did some sales, just enough, and then the units he didn't have to sell, he kept them and then rented them out, refinanced them, pulled up the cash, rented them out, and now uses them for cash flow. So it was almost like a rental building and a condo together. So you have options.
So all in all, I would say anytime I sit down with him, it's information overload. I think the biggest thing for me is just I'm always so anxious to take everything that I learned today and try to implement it in my business. So I would say today was a very successful meeting. There's a lot that I still got to do, a lot that I took away, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited to keep making some moves, and hopefully I can get to the level that he's on one day. Yeah, no, I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Sure.
I've been trying to, been wanting to sit down,
and
it up and stuff like
absolutely.
that. But with everything going on, and I know you're busy too, so no, I appreciate you taking some time, breaking that all down to me. I'm gonna, I'm sure you'll get back to me with the whole Niagara thing.
We get back to it. We'll talk. I'm going to Niagara this weekend.
Okay.
And we'll go down. I know you guys are gonna go down.
Yeah, I'm down there all the time. I'm down there.
It's beautiful.
There tomorrow, Friday.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
So today's property day. I'm going to stop by my property. I'm excited. We are at the tail end of this project. We are wrapping things up. So that means we are getting so close to putting this place on the market. So I'm gonna go by there today, obviously check out the progress and actually put my for lease signs up because now I need to start renting out all my units. Man of the hour. Good coffee. This is for you. Yeah, thanks. And I was telling Bree that if I start bringing you coffee, maybe you'll give me better prices. It's coming along, man. I like this. Like this is what work looks like. So I come in here and
just filling in the holes.
Yeah. So what? We're not painting the closet?
Yeah.
Is the guy still working with you at all?
No.
Question: are we keeping these doors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We are. Okay. What are we doing with these?
They have to be painted.
No, but I'm just getting ready to offload these guys because I have my for rent signs, so I'm gonna put the units up for rent now. Okay. Or at least the front one first. Have we changed the locks on this unit?
Huh?
You changed the locks on this one, right?
Oh yeah, there's no locks.
From long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was saying, besides my laundry units going downstairs, is there anything else we need to do down there?
Just sweep up and thing.
You're doing amazing. Just coming together like.
And baseboards haven't been painted yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Because you do that in like a different color. Because it's
same color
priming.
as sheen, yeah. Same
and then
color.
it's gonna get painted.
Yes.
And then
it's
you're
gonna
paint
be painted like same color as upstairs. I have to pick up the paint tomorrow in the morning. Okay. And the baseboard and the door trims and the window trims gonna all be in semi-gloss white.
Oh, I'm so happy with the progress today. It just makes me smile. Like when I come in and I see advancements, when I see just development from the last time I was there, it makes me feel so warm inside. So I'm really happy. I'm very impressed. And I think we're, like I said, we're getting into that tail end. I'm gonna put one of the units up for lease, but I'm sure within like a week's time, the other 2 units should be ready to go. I wanna put it in front of this window, just so I can see what it looks like. Side?
Just screw it on the fence, bro.
Screw it on the fence? Mm-hmm. Do you know how much I paid for this sign, James? No, James. No, hold on. Let me ask you.
$70 still come out?
I wish. This sign alone, $7.99. I'm not screwing it nowhere. Tape. You have tape?
I ain't gonna drop out. It's cold for tape.
Let me see where you go put this key. You say you're a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to hold it for you?
No, sir, I'm good. Don't even worry about it.
Alright, you're going in it again.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, James, you might not have a job for very long. So So the next steps for this project after all my units are rented out is to put the property on the market. That's the next step. Get this thing sold and get this money back into my pocket. So today I called a team meeting. Not quite. I just called a meeting. Me and my sister, we're gonna sit down. We need to debrief because as we're approaching the end of the year, I'm a planner. I'm a visionary. I'm always 5-10 years out. So it's important that we sit down and I keep her up to speed because, you know, the way my brain works, it's all chaos in here. So I got to make sure she can keep up. Basically, the purpose of this meeting was to kind of just go over kind of where we're at right now. Essentially, the first thing is I want to focus on making sure that there's one common vision. It's consistent. It's like it can be easily identified. Like we both know what it is. We're both on the same page. Okay. So when I think about everything that we're doing right now, the major thing that I need us to focus on is our official launch, June 2021. Like I feel like everything that we do, we always have to come back to this. Properties, we have to come back to this. It could be filming, we got to come back to this. Like everything at the end of the day has to come back to this vision right here because I feel like the significance of this date is the fact that it really brings everything together. So a couple things, couple key points that I wanted to touch on. We got to offload 2 of these properties, at least 2. Now a lot of that is really going to come down to me and making sure guys are on top of things, etc., etc. Couple areas that I'm gonna need a little bit more assistance from you. Just the smaller tasks. Like I don't really have time to, you know, source coin laundries. I just don't have time, right, to shop around to find that. When we get closer to that time, that's when pictures, upload to the MLS, this, that, the third, all of those things need to start to happen. We gotta get our ads out. We gotta put these units up for lease. So there's a lot of things that are gonna start happening as we get closer to the finish line. So I'm gonna be needing a little bit more assistance from you there. Next point that I wanted to touch on was filming. The main point is we gotta finish by the end of the month. That's the key. End of the month, we gotta finish that. Thirdly is we gotta get to season 2. Sorry, you gotta stay with me. You gotta stay with me.
I'm with you. I'm with
Good.
you.
Don't give me those looks.
I didn't like his attitude. I felt attacked in this meeting. I felt like it started off kind of good. Like he had a good attitude, and I just felt like, you know, the meeting was like this, and then like he just kind of went really aggressive.
When I'm in my mode, and I'm off the espresso, yeah, I can get a little intense. I'll be honest. So by next week, I need you to lightly, nothing crazy as of yet, but I need you to lightly start planning that next season. Again, it's still early.
Yeah,
I just want you to kind of pencil something down so at least there's an outline for me to review. My next point is we need to get organized.
We need to get organized. We don't need to get organized. I'm organized. You need to get organized, sweetheart.
A lot of that is me. I'll be honest. A lot of that is me. But it's we. If it's me, it's we. Yeah, we need to get organized. I wanted to do this because I wanted to make sure that we had a clear illustration on exactly like how I see this. I gotta make sure that you see it how I see it. As of this moment, I feel like the company comprises of three main aspects, right? So we have obviously the main one, which is real estate. We got the filming side of things, okay? And then obviously this is what we're working on every day. This is the stuff that we're putting together to make sure that come this date, we have everything together. Lastly, we got the real estate fund, okay? I want all of these to be their own entities. The McKay organization is the umbrella. Eventually, I need to get to a point where I can remove myself from this and things still flow.
He's kind of giving off this feeling like this pressure that it needs to be done now. And I don't think he realizes I'm just one person, and some of these things that he's requesting, they take time. They can't be done overnight.
I let it all out. I think I was pretty clear. I think she understood.
So yeah, I feel good.
That concludes today's meeting. You can get out of my house now.